Hi guys, welcome to yet another tutorial. For this tutorial we're making this beautiful gown. If this is what you're interested in, relaxing wash. Hi guys, welcome to yet another tutorial. In this tutorial we're making that child dress, and to start with I'll first cut the upper bodice, which is the half length. So this child's half length is 13. Oh sorry, okay, the measurement. Half length is 11, so I'll be measuring 12 inches because I'll be using half to join up, then have to join the lower part to it. So 11 inches, I'll make use of 12. Our waist, our bust and our waist is 26, so 26 divided by 4, that makes it 6.5. I'll add 2 inches to it. I'll be folding 8.5, so my folding is going to be 8.5 here. So what I have now is 8.5. I'll first cut off this French edge. Now I'll go ahead and take her shoulder measurement. Her shoulder is 12. I'll be making use of 6. Then her neck width is 2.5. I'll come down by 0.75 here for the shoulder slope. Then I'll make a shoulder slope. So I'll come, whatever I use for her shoulder will be what I'll use for her armhole. So since her shoulder is 6, her armhole will be 6. This is because of she's a shadow. Then I'll draw a straight line up like this to meet this lines. Then I'll come and cover her armhole. Baby children don't really have bust, so the way I'm coming inside is just like 0.25, not too much like that. That's 0.25. Not. Now I will take her half length measurement. I said I'll be using 12, so 12 this way. Now I'll go ahead and take her half bust measurement, which is 8.5. the waist measurement is also 8.5. and I'll connect the line. I'll come down by, because I'll be using this to cut the back also, so let me first take the back neck width, neck depth, which is 1, the front neck width, which is 3. So I'll first form the curve for the back, then the curve for the front. Because this baby is big, that's why I'm using 3. If it's a smaller baby, just use 2.5. so now I'll first cut out the back neck width, neckline, then I have the front part, so I will fold to cut the back with zipper allowance. I will add zipper allowance for the back to cut it. So 1 inch is enough for the zip allowance. So I'm just trying to minimize my fabric because I'm using it for the 2 seedlings. So just use one. So we are good to go now. I'll just cut out the line. Then I'll come back and cut out the front neckline and still going by my little one that I gave you. Now the next step is to determine the length of our first step gathers. The first step is longer than the other step. The second step, you will notice that it's just like 5 inches So we'll be just making use of 4 or 5 inches for the second step. So the first step, we calculate a total gown length. Our total gown length is 31. We have used 11 inches for the half length, so 31 minus 11, that makes it 20. So we have 20 left for the skirt part, and we are taking away 5 inches for the second step. So what we are left with is 15 inches. So 15 inches is going to be for the second step. That 15 inches, I will add 1 inch to it, making 16, because I'll use half to join it to the upper bodice and half to join the second step to it. That makes it 16 inches. Now, to know what you use for your waist, your gathers, depending on the fabric available to you. If you have enough fabric, just say the waist times 2. If you don't have enough fabric, the waist times 2. If you have much fabric, just say the waist times 3. So for our case now, I'll be saying the waist times 3. That is 26 times 3. 26 times 3 is going to give us 26, 3. That's 9, 6. That's 70. No, 69. So I'll be cutting out a long strand of 69 by 16. That's going to be our first step. Then the second step, we are going to just multiply the first step by 2. The first step is 69, so I will say 69, no, 26 times 3, that's 8, that's 78, sorry, 78, yes. So I'll now say 78 times 2 for the second step. 78 times 2 by, we said it's going to be 5 inches, but I'm still going to add 2 inches to it, because I'm going to use 1.5 to hem it at the bottom, then half to join it to the first step. That makes it 70. That makes it 7 inches. So it's going to be 7 inches by 78 times 2. So I'm going to cut that off camera and show us. I've done cutting out the first gather step, which is by 78, and the width is by 16. Then I went ahead to cut out the second gather step, which is 78 times 2 by 7 inches. You can see how long it is. So I went ahead also to cut out the stripe for the shoulder that is going to be the sleeve. So I thought this is the fabric into 2, because I'll be cutting for the 2 sleeve together. That's 6 inches. When on fold, that makes it 3 inches. No, we sew half inch to it, let's reduce it back to 2.5. So like this, I'm going to, this is on fold, this is now, you see, folded. When folded is 6 inches by, you can make it any length you want, as long as you want, depending on the number of pleats you want to create. So I have 27 here. You can make yours 30, you can make it less than, so depending on the number of pleats you want. So I folded it into 2 again. That will make it for the 2 sleeve. Then I'll fold it again into 4 like this. So I want to take note that this is where the cuff is, so we are not going to cut here. We are going to cut from where the slant, from where the opening is, like this. We are going to make a slant, a cuff, sorry, not a slant, a cuff towards the edge here. So there's a cuff towards the edge. Then I'll open up those parts that are still on fold. Good. Now when it gets to time to sew, I will just pleat it this way around the sleeve, continue pleating, so to give us that sleeve part. Now we are done with the cutting of our dress. We'll go ahead and cut, I'll go ahead and cut lining for the upper bodies, and then I'll also cut lining for the skirt part. Now for the belt, I'm going to use my remaining pieces here to cut out a belt. The belt is into 2 like this. You can use any bit you want, so this is okay for me for the 2 belts. So I'll just cut this out for my belt. I'll go ahead and cut the lining of the camera, then come back to show us the sewing process. If you are yet to subscribe to our channel, please do, and don't forget to give this video a like. Bye. I'm done cutting the lining for the upper bodies and the lower bodies. So here is the lining, and this is where I'm going to attach the lining. I'm going to open it up at the right area. That's where I'm going to place my lining. So my lining will come here and here. So I'll go ahead and sew from this. I'll sew from here like this. I'm going to sew from here down, then I'll also sew this place down, then I'll turn it over. I'll do the same for here. I'll turn it over and iron it. So for the front also, at the right side, I'll place my lining at the front. So I'm only going to sew the neckline and the 2 sides, then I'll notch the front and turn it over and give it a good press. So for the upper part, I'll do that and show us. Then for the lower part, this is the first step, while this is the second step. So for the first step, here's the first step. I'm going to go ahead and pleat on the right side. This is the right side, so I'm going to go ahead and pleat the second step on it. I'm just going to be pleating it. You can decide to gather yours or pleat, whatever you are good with or whatever you prefer. So I'll just go ahead and start pleating on top like this, right side facing right side. So I'll pleat little. I'll pleat it not little by little, like 1 inch pleat. Okay, let me do it on this side so that you can see clearly. So it's going to be like this. After sewing that place, and I will start pleating 1 inch like this. This is going to be 1 inch like this. So 1 inch. So I'll continue pleating like that till I finish pleating round the whole second step. Then I'll keep it aside and come back to show us after sewing. Hi guys, now I'm done sewing and attaching the lining to the upper part. I also give it a good press. So I'll go ahead and turn and use the front bodice to turn the back bodice, just as you see me do like this. Okay, so I'm going to turn it like this, then I will sew the shoulder. Then after sewing, I'll come back to show us the next step. I also have the lower parts here. I've made the lower parts. So here's the lower part. After sewing it, I've pleated the SS at the hem. So I also try and sew a gather stitch at the hem here. I'm going to pull out the gathers here like this. I'll pull it to the size of my blouse. So I just like to show us now. When we get to this stage, I'll show us what to do on this. Guys, now I'm done joining the shoulder together like this. So I'll go ahead to fix the sleeve. Just watch what I was doing while facing the sleeve. This is what I will do. I'll fold this into 2 this way. Then after folding into 2 this way, I'll go ahead and start pleating from my, I'll not start exactly from the end. I'm going to start from here like this, like 2 inches away from the armhole because of the sewing allowance. And I'll start pleating this way. I'll start pleating it like this. You see the way I'm pleating? I'll continue pleating like this. Then I'll pleat until I exhaust what I have here to this point here, to like 2 inches away. Then after pleating it, I'll take my rope, my belt, and don't forget I will first weave this side. So after pleating, then I'll take my belt and fix it here inward like this, just like ½ inch away from the waistline this way. Then I'll fold it on top this way. Then I'll sew my sewing allowance, I'll take the measurement of the bust. The total measurement of the bust is 26, so I'll just measure 13. Yeah, so when you just quickly measure 13 inches. So I'll measure what I have in total. I have 16, so I'll be using 13 for the waist. So what I'll just do is to sew 1.5 inch here and sew 1.5 inch here. So I'll sew it down to the hem, then I'll come back to show us the next step. Guys, yeah, I've done with the sleeve and I've sewn the side, and I also attach my belt while doing that. So here is the look after fixing the upper bodice. Now you can see it's already looking pretty. So I'll go ahead and measure what I have on my waist. Remember that our waist measurement, the total waist measurement, was actually 26. So I'll go ahead and measure what I have here. Let's see. So I'm having 28 here. So one is going to be one, that's 2 inches, going to be for my zipper allowance. So I will now pick up the skirt part. Okay, here is my skirt part. You can see my skirt part. I'm going to go ahead and draw the gathers line the gather stitch I have here. I'm going to draw it down to 28 that I have on that waist. So I'll gather it to 28. So let's assume I'm done gathering it to 28. I'll finally gather this to length 28 now. So I'll go ahead. I'm going to place it this way, right side on right side. So this is going to be here like this. So then I'll go ahead and sew down to this place. So if I sew down to this place, then I will use my lining. I also cut out my lining. I use 60 by, I just use 60 by 15, then I weave it. So after sewing this to this side, then I'll turn my lining. My lining is going to be on this side, so I'll just pleat my lining on this side, then I'll go ahead and sew it. After doing that, I'll come back to show us the next step. Now look at what I did here. I attached the gathers on the right side here like this, and I attached the lining on the wrong side, that is the inner side. So this way, that's where I attach the lining. So lining will face lining, while fabric will face fabric. That's where I attach it. So after attaching, now go ahead and hold this down for my zip. To fix my zipper, I'll just go ahead. Sorry, I'm supposed to use the wrong side. So I'll go ahead like this, and then making sure that this center meets here. So you see they are meeting. So I'll go ahead and just from here I will sew downwards. From here I will just sew to this end. Then when I sew to this end, I'll fix the zipper. I will now turn the hem part with 1 inch like this, half inch. I will sew around. Then we are done with the tutorial, so I'll put it on the mannequin for us to see. We have finally come to the end of the tutorial. Please do not forget to subscribe, like, share. I'll be in the comment section to answer your question. Bye.